Each and every day, I hear the question, Adam, where would you move if you were making a move to Baltimore? Well, in this video today, I'm gonna break it down and we're gonna really dive into this and I'm gonna give you some fantastic communities that I personally would move to if I were a newcomer coming into the Baltimore metro area. So stick around, we're getting started with it right now. What is going on, everyone? It's Adam Taylor back again with another video all about living here in Maryland. Today, we're gonna answer the question, Adam, hey, if you were to move to Maryland right now, and specifically in the Baltimore metro area, where would you live? Well, here's the deal. That answer depends on where I am and what stage of life I am also in as well. So what I'm gonna do here today, I'm gonna break this down sort of in chronological order for all of you, acting as if I am a 21, 22-year-old guy, just graduating college, getting my first job, all the way up to my retirement years. So we're gonna work all the way through that here right now. So make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to give you some fantastic places that you must check out. I'm telling you guys, these are great spots that I personally would choose to live in. All right, my friends, first up on the list. If I were a college graduate or a young professional looking to make a move here into Baltimore and was not married or not in a relationship of any sorts with no kids, where would I live? And the answer in reality is pretty simple. I would live either in Federal Hill in Baltimore, as well as Canton. I like both places. And I may lean a little bit more towards Federal Hill for one reason and one reason alone, all right? And that is because of the closer proximity to the stadiums. You know what I mean by that? Oriole Park at Camden Yards, as well as Raven Stadiums. Federal Hill lights up on game days, and I am a sports fan and I love being around that atmosphere. Now on the flip side, Canton I love too, all right? And what makes Canton super convenient is all of the stuff that you would need for day-to-day life, you can essentially walk to. Not that you couldn't walk to a lot of stuff in Federal Hill. I just think Canton, gives you the ability to walk to the grocery store, grab something to eat, walk or bike on over to the gym. I mean, all of it can be done sort of right out your doorstep. Both communities are pretty affordable. Federal Hill is going to be a little bit more pricier than Canton is per se, but Canton is really getting built up, so there's a lot of stuff going on over there. So again, if I'm a young professional, recently graduating college, not married, single, maybe looking to get into the dating scene, I'd choose Federal Hill or Canton. Now, the next phase of life that I would like to look at and think of where I would possibly make a move would be if I was in a committed relationship and things started to get serious. Maybe you're considering moving in with your significant other, you're engaged, maybe you recently got married, yet you don't have any children yet, and you still want to go out and have some fun with your friends. I think the best spot, in my opinion, to live if you're in that situation is Locust Point down in Baltimore City. I rave about Locust Point here on this channel. Every time I'm showing homes in the area, I tell my clients all about how much I really love this neighborhood in Baltimore City. And the reasons I love it, number one, it's a little bit quieter. The only people that go to Locust Point are the people that live there and maybe some workers. That's really it. And I like to run. Get out, go for a run. I can run down to Fort McHenry and enjoy myself and feel really safe doing so. And again, you can do that in Canton. You can do that in Federal Hill. I just like running by the water and things. Another place that I would really consider, and this, again, remember now it's not just you, it's you and your significant other making this decision too. And a good spot in the suburbs that I talk about again all the time here on the channel is Towson. I think Towson's a great spot because of convenience. You get to essentially walk right out your door and have, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, all of your grocery stores. If you need anything at a shopping mall, it's right at Towson Town Center. If you want to go to the movies, great. You can do it right across the street from the mall. If you want to take a class over at Towson University or you had a job at one of the local hospitals, guess what? It's all right there in Towson. So much you can do in Towson, and I really think it's a great spot for young couples. Look, if this is your first time to our channel and you're looking to learn all about life in Maryland, great news, you landed on the right spot. We do videos each and every week talking about living here, working here, chilling here, and most importantly, getting out and having some fun in the great state of Maryland. So if that is the information you're looking for, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give the little bell a click. That way you're alerted every time we put out another video just like this one. Now, as I mentioned all the time, my team and I, we are receiving phone calls, text messages, and emails from folks all over the world looking to make a move right here to Maryland, and we absolutely love it. So if you're looking to make a move, my team and I want to help you in that transition. But we just need one thing from you. That's for you to reach out and connect with us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or best of all, this is the best way to get a hold of us. Schedule your one-on-one Zoom appointment using the link down in the description below, right below this video, and we'll hop on a Zoom call, one-on-one, see what we can do to help you out in your transition here to Maryland. So let's jump back in the video. Let's knock out these next areas that I would love to move to if I were in your shoes right now. Now, the next phase of life that you typically would enter would be now that you're married, you have children. And once you add little people to the mix and grow your family, things drastically change. At least they did for me. Now, I have 3 children and they are my life. And I make all decisions based around my children because you as a parent, if you're watching this as a parent, you know you stopped making decisions for yourself as soon as that little one was born. Now it's all about the kids. And I still would want to be close to Baltimore. And if I were to live in Baltimore County, here's where I would look. Number 1, Towson. My buddy George and I, we did a video where we went around Towson, did a whole vlog on it. I want you to check it out right here. Go check that out after you finish this video. But George has 4 children. All of his kids go to Towson schools and they are doing great. Towson has a lot to offer for families in the area. There's so many programs that you can get into, and shopping convenience, just like I mentioned in the last segment, are huge in Towson. The second area I would consider is on the western side of Baltimore County, and that is Catonsville. Catonsville is filled with so much historic charm. The homes are beautiful. Schools are really good as well. And then the last place in Baltimore County that I would look at is Hereford, in the northern section of Baltimore County. Now, by looking at Hereford, you're going to get a little bit more space for a home. So if you want an acre or 2 of land and don't want to be sort of in a cookie cutter subdivision, that's a spot that you're really going to want to look at. In addition to that, schools are really good and highly regarded in the Hereford area. In particular, your kids are going to love living up there. Here's why. The Hereford zone, as they like to call it here, typically gets more school delays for weather-related events. You might have fog in the area. You may have ice on the roads. And because the town is elevated quite significantly over the rest of Baltimore County, you're going to see more weather events occur in the Hereford area. Now, let's flip it around. Let's look at some other areas in and around the Baltimore metro area that I would personally move to if I had children. All right, now as we move around the Baltimore metro area, the next communities that I would consider moving to if I had children and was married, I would look at, if you're looking south and west of the city, I would look at Severna Park. I love Severna Park because of its proximity to the water. School system's great, and also proximity to the airport. So those of you that have to travel a lot and hop on airplanes and don't mind them flying over your house, Severna Park, I think, is a phenomenal option to consider. In addition to that, in Howard County, looking at places like Ellicott City. I love the charm of Ellicott City. It's just fabulous. I love that little Main Street USA type feel. Like it's just that small town that everyone pictures like in a movie is Ellicott City. And in an additional community in Howard County that I really, really love, and a lot of development is happening there, is Fulton. Fulton, they are just doing so much. There's beautiful multi-million-dollar homes being built there. Again, look, guys, I'm thinking with an open and big mind here, okay? Budget right now, I'm not putting on the table. I'm just saying, hey, here's where I would live. I'd really check out Fulton. The houses that they're building over there will blow your mind. They're so stunning and very, very gorgeous. So check those places out if you're looking to move south and or west of the city. Let's wrap this up with the segment, if you're moving with children to Baltimore, where would I personally live, and head out towards the eastern side of Baltimore. I would consider places like Fallston, number 1. Fallston's a beautiful community. You can find a very, very nice single family home with a nice sized yard out there. The Fallston schools, they are always ranking in the top in and around Harford County. The only challenge with Fallston that I see is in some remote areas of Fallston, you are gonna have to drive a little bit to get to maybe a grocery store or go to the movie theater, grab a bite to eat. You might have a 10-minute drive. No big deal, but I just want to prep you for that. Otherwise, Fallston checks every box. And then the last community, again, if I were a parent moving with children, this is where I would personally live, would be in Bel Air. And I love Bel Air because, again, it has that small town feel. You've got a little Main Street, little downtown area of Bel Air where you've got some nice restaurants. You've got plenty of community events. I love taking my kids to the 4th of July parade in Bel Air, and they have a ball with it but there's good places for like rec sports as kids progress and grow, and everything that you need under the sun as far as retail shopping goes, you can pretty much get it in Bel Air. So my friends, look, I loaded you up there with tons of options if you were moving here with children right now and where I would personally live. But guess what? We've got one more phase that we need to talk about here in the next segment. All right, everyone, look, if you're finding value in this video here today, I would greatly appreciate it if you would do me just one small favor. Hit the like button down below. It's the one that looks like a thumbs up, just like this. By doing that, you're helping this video out and getting the message out to more people all about life here in Maryland. And more importantly, it helps keep the wind in my sails because, my friends, look, this is challenging work to do videos each and every week, and I love doing it, but greatly appreciate your support. Now, please also drop your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm happy to answer any questions about places here in Maryland, in particular around the Baltimore metro area. That's where we really focus a lot, but we're happy to help anywhere in the state of Maryland that you have questions or concerns about. So drop those comments down below. We want to help, but let's look to jump into our last segment here and where I would live if I was retiring here in Maryland. All right, here we go. We crossed the finish line. The kids are grown up, and if I'm in your shoes and I just became an empty nester, where would I live? Right here, right now. Number one, I told you earlier on, I love the water. So number one, the place has got to have water. My dream, guys, look, is to wake up, walk outside, and have a boat sitting out there where I can just scoot around and do whatever I want to do here in Maryland. And I think the three communities I'm going to give you here where I would like to live certainly check those boxes. So number one on the list is Havre de Grace, Maryland. I simply love Havre de Grace because of the small town feel. You have beautiful homes along the water. It's a reasonable price point, and you're right at the top of the bay, so I could sort of go anywhere I wanted by boat in the northern part of the bay. Second place is our state capital of Annapolis, Maryland. Is going to require you to beef your budget up because living in Annapolis on the waterfront is very, very pricey in the multiple millions of dollars. But it's just going to be pristine and you're gonna love everything about it. At least I personally would love everything about it. It's just such a fabulous spot. And furthermore, it also makes getting to places on the Eastern Shore so much better because you get to go right over the Bay Bridge and voila, you're on the Eastern Shore and can do everything on that side of the state. So, you know, those of you that want to travel down to the beach, you're going to be able to do it much easier, much quicker by living in Annapolis. And then the final community, and I'm really getting granular here and I'm drilling it down, would be the community of Ocean Pines. My grandparents lived in Ocean Pines for years, and I always dreamt of living in Ocean Pines, and it's fabulous. Number one, they have all these community amenities. They've got golf course, they've got swimming pools, there's trails to run all throughout it, and there's various price points in different styles of homes. So if you want a condo, you can get it in Ocean Pines. If you want a like cluster style home, you can get that too. Waterfront home, you can get that. Or if you want just a single family home off the beaten path, that's there for you as well. But that vision that I told you that I had where, hey, if I wanted to wake up and see my boat sitting outside, that was me in Ocean Pines, you know, probably 20 years from now. So my friends, look, those are fabulous places that I would move to personally if I'm in your shoes in different phases of life. So if a move to Maryland is in your future, guess what? My team and I, we would love to help you out in your transition here to Maryland, but we just need one thing from you, and that's for you to reach out and connect with us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or best of all, just like I mentioned before, schedule your one-on-one Zoom appointment using the link down in the description below. Because, as I said, we have your back when moving to Maryland. From Baltimore down the bay, all the way to the beaches in Ocean City, my team and I have you covered. Now, before you go, I want you to check out this next video. I think this is your next step in learning more about the great state of Maryland. Until the next video, my friends, take care. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.